You know what I mean? It's pretty similar to what happened with Griselda Blanco when her chief enforcer Ribby was testifying against her, but ended up having a phone sex scandal with uh, a secretary that worked in like the state's attorney's office, and it just destroyed the prosecution case. You know what I mean? But Cuppy's connection to telling ass Tammy will come back to haunt him in another way. You know what I mean? Because, like I mentioned, when breaking down the events of 2012, Keith Cromer would say that he overheard the conversation when Tammy Cowens facilitated the three-way call between Fidel Suarez and Cuppy. And apparently, the pussy was good, but it wasn't good enough to make him forget his oath because he took that information back to the DEA. And when members of the St. Louis field office heard the name Cuppy, which they had been familiar with since the 90s, they used Cromer's intel to obtain a warrant to put a wire tap on Cuppy's phone. So Tammy had not even planned on really getting Cuppy jammed up because she was in on the deal as well and had something to gain. You know what I mean? Because remember, well, y'all might not know, but in her testimony, she said that after her husband died, she received some money or some benefits and everything like that, but she still ended up having money problems and filing for bankruptcy and everything like that. You know what I mean? So, and then plus, like I said, her husband, he would die like, right before the housing. So he dies, then the housing crisis happened. So yeah, she was probably strapped for cash, you know what I mean, just trying to get by. But she damn sure wasn't selling no houses or whatever once that happened. And that was her thing, real estate, you know what I mean? So by the time they indicted Cuffy on a separate drug related charge in 2014, they had been on his phone for like the better part of 2 years. And they built a separate case off of that. So once the case with Fidel Suarez, Meech, and Tammy fell apart, they would what would have been a superseding indictment ended up being the antedated or primary indictment. You know,